Kadosh, Erev Tov, Masechet Yevamot Daf Kuf Bet Amud Aleph 122a1. We are talking about that if a goy comes and he tells a Jew that you're going to have to cut this and you have to do it on Shabbat, and if not, I'm going to do like what I killed the other Jew, and he said his name, or you have to cook this food, and if not, I'm going to kill you the way that and now the wife hears, and the wife says, 1 second. The guy just said that he killed her husband. So she comes in front of Rabbi and she says, right? So what did Rabbi do? Shaheta, he waited, he pushed off the psak. Tlata rigle shalosh regalim. And Amar la Ravada Baraba, says Ravada Baraba, Zil lekamed Rav Yosef, go in front of Rav Yosef, Techarif sakineh, right? Because he has a very charif sakin. Yeah, you have to have a charif sakin, yeah. So it says here. So here means sakin charif means that he's got a lev patuach, and he's got a very open heart in order to understand different logics. So Azla Kameh, so she went in front of him. So Pashat Meha Matzrita, he brought a proof from this Braita, Ove Kochavim Shaya Mocher Perot Bashuk. Imagine you have Ove Kochavim, he's selling perot in the marketplace. The Amar, and he says, Perot alalu shel orlahem. So the Goy is telling you that these fruits are orlah. Remember, orlah means you're not allowed to eat from it for the first 3 years. Shel azekah, right? Or of azekah. Here it says azekah is a city in Eretz Israel which is known for very beautiful fruits. So therefore, he's coming and he's selling it in Chutz La'aretz, but he's trying to tell you that they come from this place in Eretz Israel. Shel netarevai, or it is netarevai. Lo amar klum. It's like he didn't say anything. Why? We're not disrespect for this, right? Elama, he's mishaker. He's lying. Why was he doing all this? He was doing it in order to appreciate his. I mean, he's coming, he's making up all these things just so that way he's selling it, making it a better sale. But not because Be'emet is like that. So you see from here that a goy, when he has a reason to lie, we're not going to believe him. Okay? So therefore it comes out to say, we're not going to believe him, because here he was only trying to be na'yem. He was trying to come and to threaten. So what's his threat? You better do this on Shabbat. If not, I'm going to kill you like I killed the other one. You really think that he killed the other one? He didn't touch the other one. He just said it in order to kill you, to threaten, to sound big. So really, Be'emet, don't believe him. Says the Gemara, there was a story of a Yisrael and a Goy that they were walking on the path. Shemet baderech uvativ, chaval on this Jew that he was walking with me, and I had to bury him on the way, and they buried him. Isiu ishto. So there she got them with the wife married. The shuma aseh bekolar shel bnei adam. There was also a chavura of people shayu malchin laAntochia, that they were going to Antochia. There's a place nowadays. It's in Turkey, but it was a very northern city in Eretz Yisrael. Chaval on kolar shel bnei adam. Why shemetu? They died, and I buried them. They went, they got their wives married. The Shuma said the was 60 people that they were going to Karkom Beitar, they were going to a place of Beitar. And the Goyim said, Chabar on these 60 people that they were going and they died. And they actually did come, right? And they did get them married. So you see from here that even though we just said beforehand that we don't do this, these are 3 stories that they're coming and telling you that a Goy that speaks Mestiach Lepitumo, which means he's speaking innocently. He doesn't want to testify. He doesn't stop. He's just saying, by the way, this is what happened. We do believe that. Okay? First Mishnah on the page. Kuf Kaf Bet Amud Aleph. Mishnah. Midin leora ner uloran levana umasin al pi batko. Do you know that when we're going to testify about a person to recognize the husband that he died or not, even if they saw the gufa, even if they saw the body to the light of a candle, or to the light of the moon, they're going to testify. And also we're going to permit even on Pi Batkul. That means imagine right now there's a heavenly voice. The Batkul says this guy died, we believe him. There was a story of somebody that he was on the top of a mountain. And he said, Ish ploni ben ploni mimakom ploni met. Yeah, he came and he said, this person, right, the son of a person, from this person place, he met, he died, right? What happened? So imagine a story one more time. He was on top of a mountain, and he said, "Ish ploni ben ploni makom ploni met." He died. Halchu, they went. They didn't find anything. They see what they show. They still got her married, right? They got her married off just through this achraza, just through this announcement. The Shuma Asebet Salmon was also a story in Salmon. Somebody said, "Ani ish ploni ben ish ploni neshachani nachash." But then he met. He says, "What? A nachash went and he bit him, and therefore he's gonna die old now. A little bit, he's gonna." Basically, he went and he told everybody, "Listen, he just got bit by a scorpion, by a snake, whatever it is, but venomous. That's it. Kaddish on him." They went. They didn't recognize him because by the time they got there, they didn't recognize the body. They still went and they got his wife married off. Okay, this is the Mishnah. So this is the Gemara. We don't get people married off to do a bat kol. You mean, imagine right now a heavenly voice just says, "This guy died." And because of that, we're going to come and get the wife married. What's the yes? Mike Mashman, what's the chidush? What's up? What's the machloket here between Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel? It's our Mishnah. What's going on? So he says that Kamashman comes teach you that if you're going to find a stam, right, which means another of Tnaim, which is written stam, the en masi'im. It means, let's say you're going to find a stam place where it's written that you can't get married al pia bat kol. Just know that it's Bet Shammai. That's why we brought it down. Meaning we brought down the machloket Bet Hillel Bet Shammai to understand that if there is a place where you will find that they say, you can't get married al pia bat kol, that's Bet Shammai. Then what happened was, if somebody comes and he says, Ish ploni ben ploni, ploni met, he died. They went to Rosh Hashanah, so they didn't find him. They didn't find anybody there because they weren't able to recognize him. So says the Gemara, Vedin Masechet. Says 1 second, how do you permit that? Maybe it was a shed, meaning he was a demon on top of the mountain. The guy on the mountain comes and starts saying, this guy died. Maybe it was a shed, maybe it was a demon. Says he looked like a human being. So says the Gemara, what are you talking about? They also look like human beings. So answers the Gemara, right? What does that mean? Because he saw like a shadow. He saw like a dmut in itself, right? And that's how he knew that it wasn't a shed. It wasn't a demon. So the Gemara asks, what? They also have bavua. This we also learn brachot. They also have a shade. So answer the Gemara, no, they have a double shade. We, human beings, have a double, right? That means we have a double shade. The demons don't have a double; they only have a single. No, so ask the Gemara. That's just the way it is. So it says the Gemara, maybe they also have it. Amar Rabbi Chanina says, Chanina no. Amal Yonatan Shida. Yonatan the shed told me. Yeah, he comes and he says, according to one opinion, it's mamash the shed in itself. He says that the shedim they have a bavua, but they don't have bavua de bavua. Right, that's what they don't have the bavua of the bavua. So says the Gemara, the Dilma Tzara Havai. He says, 1 second, maybe I'm going to suspect, right, the really be'emet, right, what we thought there was really the tzarata, right? So therefore we shouldn't believe. Maybe it was a tzarata. Imagine she went on top of the mountain, she said this, and it was really be'emet, it was the co-wife. So Tanu Ishmael b'shata sakana, right? So answers the Gemara b'shata sakana, when a person is going to be in sakana. Do you know that we're actually going to write a get and give it over, even though we don't know exactly if it was a husband or not? And that's what we said over here by us, the same thing. When a person comes and he says, anybody that go give a get to the wife, we believe them. Why? Because even though we don't know be'emet, that's his korban, during the time of sakana, this is what we do, and we don't ask questions. Next Mishnah, this is going to be the second Mishnah, there's going to be a few here. Second Mishnah on the page. Amar Rabbi Akiva says, Rabbi Akiva. Yeah, when I went down to Narda, to do Ibur Shana, right? He says, Matzati Nehemia ish bet dli. I found Nehemia ish bet dli. Amali, he told me, Shamati shem asin teshav etzal piyad echad. In Eretz he said we don't get married someone al piyad echad with one witness. Ela Rabbi Yudah ben Baba, but rather Rabbi Yudah ben Baba, right? That he was the only chacham over there. Benumeti lo, right? And he says over here, and I told him to Nehemia. That's the way it is. Amali, he said, go tell them in my name. Do you guys know that this is all full of bandits and all that? It's very dangerous. And therefore we do, even on one witness, we come and we get people married. So when I went and I gave this in front of Gamliel, he was so happy. we found a friend to the Baba, which was Rabbi Gamliel Zaken, מתוך הדבר שנזכר גמליאל, שנהרגו הרוגים בתל ארזה, והסירו גמליאל הזקן ושותנו ביד אחד. And then you remember, all of a sudden from one story, you remember, you said, oh wow, I remember they killed people in Tel Arza, and they got people married through Ed Echad. So therefore they started getting people married off, even Ed Mipi Ed. One testimony from another testimony means you heard it from somebody else, and now you're going to say it over, or from a slave, or from a woman, or from a shipcha, and they're going to accept the testimony in order to get this woman married. Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Eliezer, say, we don't get a woman married off with one ed. Rabbi Kiva says, not through a woman, not through a slave, not through a shipcha, not through the krovim. Says the Gemara. Does Rabbi Akiva actually hold that we cannot testify, meaning we cannot use a woman to testify, and then we will get the other woman married? Katanya will learn to the right. A woman is believed to bring her own get from Dinatayam, from a kavachomen. What's a kavachomen? Just like the 5 women that the Chachamim said that they're not believed to testify that her husband died. Remember, there are 5 women that since they hate, right, the mother-in-law, the daughter-in-law, the sister-in-law, all these women, right, the co-wife. So they are believed to bring the get. This, or the woman herself, that she is believed to say that her own husband died. Isn't it that she should be believed to bring the get? So says the Gemara, these women, they are not believed to testify that the husband died, but she herself is believed. So that's a stira against Rabbi Akiva. Says the Gemara, no, which means this. This is the shita of Rabbi Akiva before Chachamim said that you could use the testimony of a woman. Here the Bright is talking about afterwards. So afterwards, in Achanam, you're right, he retracted and he's going to come, he's going to be maskim to the halacha, but this was before. So you're right, in Achanam, afterwards, the maskana, we do believe. Says the Mishnah, Amrulo, they went and they told him, right? So the Chachamim come and they tell him, how are you not going to come and you're not going to let a woman, right, get married through an edut isha? There was a story with the Bnei Levi that they went to Tzoar, Ira Tmarim, the city of dates. One of them got sick. The they brought him to a pundak, right? And they left him there. When they came back, they went and they told the innkeeper, where is he? Nomet lahem, right? So nomet lahem, she told them, right? She comes and she tells them, met upartiv, he died, and I buried him. They see you at Ishto, so they went back and they got the wife married off. He says, what? If you're going to come and you're going to believe her, so kol sheken you should believe even a kohenet, which is Yuched or Bat Yisrael, that the husband died. Meaning, what? This is such an important woman. You should believe her, and therefore you shouldn't believe any woman. Amar lahem, the Kiva says, when the edut of a kohenet should be like a pundagit, she's going to be believed. Why? It says, pundagit otzia lahem maklo v'tarmino v'sefer. Why? Because the pundagit brought out his tamin, his makel, his sefer, which means the fact that she had all his belongings. That was a proof that Be'emet, he passed away, and she has all, and she took it out for them. So that was a proof that she was telling the truth, right? Why? Because it wasn't just time. He died in Gamarnu. No, where is he? No. Look here. Here's his valuables. This is everything. So obviously, if it wasn't true, why would she have it? So it says the Gemara, Kufka Beta Mubet 122b. My griuta the pundagit. Why is it that what is so bad about a pundagit for other women? Why is this innkeeper would it be worse? So Rav Kana says pundagit nochlita. It was a goya. She said, this is his makel, this is his staff, this is what is, his pouch, and this is the kever where I buried him. So ask the Gemara, they said, where is our friend? So it's mashma, right? That they're asking the question. It's not just if I ask you a question, That's not Masechet Yevamot, just means speaking innocently. But if I come and I ask you, where is our friend? And now you're going to answer me, that's not speaking innocently. So says the Gemara, no. Kevan de chazitinu b'chiyah. Right? Once she saw them, she started crying. Right? So Amrula, they said, where's our friend? She told them, right? So basically, since she cried even before we asked anything, it was like she was Mesicha lefitum. We also learned to the Brighton. There was a story with a person, right? That he came to testify in the husband's death of a certain woman in front of Rabbi Talfon. Amalo, he said, Beni, how do you know it? Amar, he said, we were going on the way, and there was a bandits that they came upon us. They went and they hung him, right, on this etz of zait, on this olive tree, right? And they took a makel, right? And he started the guys lachorav, right? So Amartilo, I went and I told him, Aryeh, which means you're a big gibor. You come and you fought them off. And Amarli tells me, how do you know my name is Aryeh? Right? That's what they call me in my city. Yochanan ben Yonatan, Aryeh de mikvah shechaya. Right? So that's what he went and he said. All of a sudden, right, after a few days, he became sick and he died. So therefore, he's coming and he's saying, Yochanan ben Yonatan, which his nickname is Aryeh from Kfar Shechia, passed away. Then what happened? They see Rabbi Talfon. So Rabbi Talfon went and he got married, right? Which means got the woman married according to this. So the poskim actually saying that the Ed doesn't have to know really who the bet was. All he has to know is his name and the name of it. Meaning, it's not like the guy has to be the best friend and he has to come testify. Even if it's just the guy, just recognize that he started learning who the guy was, he knows his name. That's already enough. So that's the Gemara. You don't need to interrogate. The Risha v'chakira is to interrogate. You don't need to interrogate. We will tell you another writer. There was something that came from Rabbi Talfon. Testify about Edut Isha. Amalo, he told him, how do you know this? Amalo, there was a whole group that they came running after us. And then we started coming and fighting against them. Look how great, good you are, that you said my name. That's what they call me in my city. Right? Yochanan ben Yonatan, and afterwards he died. Amalo, he told them, right? Didn't I say Yochanan ben Yonatan, which means Aryeh was the name of the kfar. It wasn't only just the kinui of the met itself, it was the name of the actual village. Elmaleh, he said, no. Yochanan ben Yonatan, that he was mechune Aryeh, that he is from Kfar Shechaya. So he started asking him different questions until he really knew. And then he got his wife married. So you see from here that Rabbi Talfon needed to do the Risha v'chakira. Meaning not like in the first story. In the first story, the second that the guy threw the name Chazak Baruch, let's get her married. The second story, he started asking, he started trying to, to interrogate. And now, did it happen? Not happen? What happened? So I answered, no, you're right. Tonight, it's machlok tonight. The time was we learned to the Braita, and Botkina Denashim, the Risha v'chakira, according to Bekiva, you don't have to look into it. Meaning you don't have to do the Risha v'chakira on the Isha. But Rabbi Talfon says we do Botkin, we do check them into it. The Kamipalge, the Rabbi Chanina, they argue with Rabbi Chanina. Rabbi Chanina says Rabbi Chanina, Devar Torah, what is the Devar Torah? Echad dinei mamonot, echad dinei nefashot. It doesn't matter whether it's mamonot or nefashot. The Risha v'chakira, shneimar mishpat echad yelech. It should be the same judgment, whether it's mamonot or nefashot. You always have to do the Risha v'chakira. So why can I bet him dinei mamonot? You don't need chakira, Risha v'chakira. Answers the Gemara, shlot inudel b'fnei. You know why? Imagine right now you lend somebody money, and then they come to court, and then they start interrogating. You're never going to want to lend anybody money. Why? I need the headaches, right? I don't want the headaches. So they said, you know what? Even though technically speaking, it should have been the same halacha, which means it should have needed also the Risha v'chakira interrogation. They were more lenient because they didn't want to close the door, right, on all these people. So what is the machloket exactly? More savar, one of them holds, given the ketubah mishkal, the fact that the woman has a ketubah that she has to take because of this edut, so it's considered like dinei mamonot. More savar, another one holds, no. Since you're permitting a married woman to the world, it's like dinen nefashot that you do need. So the machloket between Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Tafon, you need to do with the testimony of permitting a woman or not, is the machloket, is the testimony of this woman dinen mamonot because of the ketubah, is like money matters because of ketubah, was dinen nefashot, but you're permitting this woman to the marketplace. So for instance, it's like dinen nefashot. So because that is the machloket, you need to do the Shabbat Hakira or not, and then we have the famous Gemara of Talmidei Chachamim Shalom Ba'olam.